You want to be in it?
You want me?
Doesn't matter. You're getting in or out, in or out, in or out.
I'm in.
What's going on, guys? As always, I forgot to film an intro for this video. I think I just started working, as I will find out when I edit it. But I feel like I gotta tell you, 57,000 subscribers. We're giving away this 57 Chevy. So if you guys don't already know, if you're new here by chance, 57 Chevy, 327, turbo 400. I've done all new floors in it, the trunk floor, the braces, that's all good. We're about to do this stuff in the video. So, spoiler alert, it's gonna get EFI. I got a brand new set of Krager SS wheels coming. It's gonna have a mint interior. And all you gotta do is click the subscribe button, and at 57,000 subscribers, we're gonna randomly draw who wins it. So subscribe, tell your friends, and enjoy the video. Leave a comment. Thanks, guys. What's going on, guys? So, it's actually been a couple days since I've been out in the garage. It's been hot, I've been lazy, story of my life. I picked up some rear wheel cylinders, and I didn't look at them when the guy gave them to me, because I didn't order off Rock Auto. I went to the parts store, because I wanted to do it today, and these are for the front. So they're useless. But, what are you gonna do? I'll take them back tomorrow and get another set. So I have been working on the car a little bit. I've been kind of eliminating some of the boring stuff, because I feel if I don't like doing it, you probably don't like watching it. So I actually pulled the rear brakes all apart, and I got them working by just hammering the wheel cylinders, but I thought, meh, you guys are worth the $14. I'll put some new ones in. The drums are good, the shoes are good, they gotta be painted up. Otherwise, you can see I started painting everything under here. So I'll show you this. Look at that. Wow. So you don't need another coat or something like that. I think I'm gonna change the mufflers, because as I was looking at them, they're kind of rusted out. So I'll take those down. So everything's been undercoated except for this little section there, because I got to put the brace in. Unfortunately, I was talking to my parts guy, and the carpet and the brace is a little bit behind. It's supposed to be here tomorrow, and apparently just got shipped today. So I'm still hopeful, but I don't know. Cars Inc., what are you gonna do, right? So I gotta weld that in and then get the carpet before I put the seats in. So I'm kind of all hinging on that stuff. I was really hoping to actually do an interior video, and then I was like, well, I can't do that. I'll do a brake video. Well, I can't do that. But check this out. Cold Case Radiator showed up. These guys hustled, man. It was like 3 days and it's here. So it's kind of a pain to open one-handed, but are you guys leathering, guys? I just got one, and they are something else. But let's get in here. Look at they packed this thing and everything. I'm stoked. But I'll pull this sucker out, and I'll Canadian prop rod this up. And I'll start draining out the coolant. We'll change that tonight, because that's pretty much all I got. Alright, so here's the skinny on this unit. You know, everything I have leaks transmission oil. Everything. Every single car. So a little bit of Tri-5 knowledge I'm about to dazzle you guys with. These stupid cars, everybody cuts this cross member out of the core support. Now, 6-cylinder car, which this must have been, the radiator goes in front of the core support. This would go across, and because it's a straight 6, the fan would kind of almost be in the core support. V8 cars, the radiator went behind the core support, obviously. And for whatever reason, people hack this out all the time. So I'll probably weld a bar in there, or forget about it, either way. So you can tell this was a 6-cylinder radiator, because the way it is like that, it was supposed to go in the front, and that's your little adjustment. Somebody has made some really fancy brackets, which I actually kind of like, and put it close to the fan. So that's fine. I actually think I have a lower radiator hose for one of these, so I'll put one of those on. The upper's just a straight jobby. I might have one actually too. Now, if you look at this fancy Cold Case Radiator. So I put a Chinese one in Dani's car, and it was absolute junk, I gotta say. It was a pain to put in. The brackets were just tinfoil. But you can see the brackets go the other way. So this is meant for a V8 car. I gotta say, the guy at Cold Case asked me what I wanted, and I said, toss me a V8 one. It's, I guess, kind of irrelevant at this point, because I'm gonna have to kind of modify these custom brackets up. But yeah, I'll see if I can drain some coolant out of this thing. It didn't actually leak, this radiator, so it's not a bad one to keep in stock for something, some sort of hot rod. Oh, cool, look at this. There's just a bolt in there that someone soldered in. Huh. Huh. You guys lucked out on this aluminum one. So I'm gonna start taking some of this apart. Actually, the tranny cooler looks like it's just kind of barely hung in there. So I'll take all that out, drain the radiator, yoink it, and we'll start test fitting this sweet unit in there. See how she goes. I mean, it's meant for a Tri-5. How could it go wrong, right? All right, well, we let this go. Danielle's gonna tell you about the new shirt she's working on.
Oh, I'm working on a new shirt.
We're actually, what we did is we sent off the artwork for this hot rod in the very first video, where I was sitting in the grass and looking all derelict and stuff. So we're gonna see if we'll put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
So people keep asking about merch, so let us know in the comments if that's something you want to do, because it's well, we're making them anyways for ourselves, and we wanted to give a few of the old suppliers. Oh, speaking of that, you guys actually did reach out. You emailed, which was fantastic. A few of them sent emails back saying they were getting emails from you guys thanking them for supporting us to give the car to you. That came across right. And so they never really had that before, so that's awesome. You guys are just absolutely awesome. So we'll keep that going, and hopefully if you guys need, I mean, parts in the future. A few people actually mentioned that next time the Radiator or whatever, they're going to go to Cold Case, they're going to try EFI. A lot of people have FiTech, and they've been telling me how much they love it in the comments. People are sending me messages on Instagram, so I'm stoked to try it out. But yeah, a little shirt update, merch update, and we're working on hats still.
We're still waiting on the approval for hats. And then maybe face masks?
All right, well, back to radiators. All right, let's get this girl out of here.
Be gentle with her.
She's an oldie but a goldie. Why are radiator hoses like, it's like they're welded on? Yeah, you put a radiator hose on, then 40 years later, why is it a pain to come off? You know?
The old ones are always kind of stubborn, you know?
Oh, it's got no thermostat in it. Racy.
How'd you know that? Just from poking a screwdriver in
I
it?
can see there isn't one in there.
Oh.
I actually use my eyeballs, and the screwdriver is more of a pointing device.
Ah.
I hate these fans because they're like razor blades.
I know first aid and CPR.
Remember last time I cut this?
Oh, last time he cut himself, we didn't have a first aid kit, and I had to go drive and get one. And when I came back, he was sitting in the Adirondack chair with a shop rag, like about to pass out because there was a lot of blood. And fun fact, he hates blood. Any kind of cut, anything, hates it. Yeah, that was a funny one. But now we have like 2 first aid kits and haven't had to use them since.
We're taking care of the coolant. The dogs won't die. Everyone lets me know. We'll hose her down.
Yeah.
This thing's cool. I like it. I like these motor mounts. They do this kind of old school motor plate.
I like this. Looks cool.
These are so
Oh,
crazy.
I guess I shouldn't
I
touch
hate
that.
these things. As they
They
spin,
look super deadly.
well, what these things do is these things under RPM they twist.
Oh.
So it causes more. It's got more air at idle,
Yeah.
but less. But because it goes back and forth, they're like Coke cans. And these things, you see them, the guys are woo, woo, boom, they go through the hood. So good luck with that, guys.
Could you imagine if I dropped this?
Stall it.
Where does it go?
You see these custom brackets? Put it between there, not up against the fan. Yep. More, further back, further back, further back.
It's stuck.
Okay, how about right there? Yeah, down.
But it's stuck.
Yeah, good enough.
Okay.
Slap a few zip ties on there and she's friggin' mint. So I'm gonna have to obviously make a bracket probably. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Well, I can go closer to the radiator, so I'll push it a little back. Maybe I'll drill a few more holes. This is actually pretty sturdy, I don't mind that. Yeah, let's drill a few holes in it, nut and bolt. Make it not crooked. And she'll be hot rod ready. Alright, I'll just bolt it up and we'll come back to it. Alright, we got our friction fit in there. There's still lots of room, I don't know how it's gonna look on camera, but around the radiator hose. And all I gotta do is drill a couple new holes in these custom brackets, which I've found to love. Hood closes no problem. It's not touching anywhere. I might just put a little bit of rubber. I like doing that just on the bottom, just in case there's any vibrations. A couple of radiator hoses and it'll be perfect. I don't even know how I mounted Danielle's, but I'm thinking about the same. Fits good. It's almost like they designed this thing for a Tri-5 Chevy.
They must have.
Okay. So I'll put a couple bolts in this, and I found one radiator hose. And I don't know if I have another upper. I think I got a bunch in the miscellaneous section of the garage. So I hope I have one that's short enough. And then, oh, I don't know if I have any clamps. Look how, you can just tell how old everything is when it's just stupid flathead screws. Everything is flathead screws. Torturous. Alright, we gotta bolt it in. Well, there you go. Installed. So it's not going anywhere. I put this radiator hose on just mostly for fitment. So as you can see, it's in the exact same spot. So the radiator's in the exact same spot to where it was in the fan. So it should be good. I spun the fan around just a little bit by hand. Doesn't hit the lower radiator hose. I'll probably zip those off a little bit. And I could also add just a little bracket at the bottom if I so chose, because it's pretty easy to get in there. But it's these are actually still loose even, but it's sandwiched in there, should be fine. Put a little brace across there, or not. I mean, this kind of the same thing, I guess. The transmission cooler in there. It's just a little close on this one side, so I may just kind of kiss that with the flap wheel real quick. But yeah, she looks good. Unfortunately, I'm out of parts for tonight, so tomorrow I'll take those wheel cylinders back, I'll bang those out, and what else? I kind of want to get this thing running on a key. So I think I said it before, but I bought a universal kind of key, so I'll put that somewhere. All this wiring looks terrible, because it is terrible, but I was hoping to put the carpet in. I could lie on the nice carpet while I'm under there screwing with wiring, but that may have to happen first. I did actually find all the wiring in the trunk for the taillights and stuff, so that's a bonus. So that just kind of runs up the side, connect that. So I got to find the wiring harness, or a diagram I should say, connect everything, and yeah, I don't know. Fingers crossed it all works. I'm sure it will, because it was a running, driving car. But that's it for now. I'll see you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? Next day, stopped by the parts store, got a few wheel cylinders. I figure I'd just show you this. So these are the drums, and I mean, you can tell just by the hardware that was brand new at one point. Still meat on the shoes. I actually, on this one, I took it all apart and I hammered the wheel cylinders in, and then they started working, but I think these were like 14 bucks. So I bought a new set. And on the drum, I mean, I can't measure it, but there's no ridge on it whatsoever. Actually, on the other side, the drum, like, it was kind of rusty, but you can tell, like, there, it's nice and shiny. And actually kind of around there, it's still, like, it was brand new, and then hardly driven. Same thing, no ridge, and all the hardware is anew. The wheel cylinders actually look not too bad, but they were seized. Even the springs are all still blue and whatnot. This axle actually looks nice. But yeah, so I'm gonna hammer those apart real quick. I'll change those wheel cylinders. I grabbed some hose clamps, so clamp up the radiator for the time being. I didn't grab any hoses, so I'll use the old ones for now. And I got that kind of universal ignition switch. I pulled that one out just so it's hanging, so I'm just going to kind of bridge it over to work on that. Whether it's temporary or permanent, I'm not too sure yet. I was talking to the guys at Wire Care. They're sending a bunch of stuff over. So for now, I'll use my cheap Canadian Tire butt connectors to put it together. Just 'cause it's a pain to try and run this thing from under the hood. I always worry something's going to happen in whatever, the throttle sticks. I can't shut it off. So that's a bummer, right? But yeah, so we'll get on that. Fancy radiator, look at that thing. Looks so good. So that's just kind of temporary in there. Like I said, I got to do a little bit of grinding. I'll probably put another bracket on just because I'm fancy like that. And yeah. More brakes. How many times can you guys watch me do drum brakes before you get tired of it, right? Alright, so I got the wheel cylinder changed as you saw, so this would be the old one. So pretty simple how they work. Brake fluid goes in, that's the bleeder, so it fits like that. And as brake fluid goes in, there's two little pistons inside the bore that expand out, which then push the shoes against the drum. Now they were seized, fortunately they were seized without the brakes being on or dragging. So I hammered this one in with the hammers to show kind of what it looks like, but they're stuck in there. If you look in, probably won't show up on camera too well, but the bores are all rusty and pitted. You can take these apart, hone them, and put them back together, but they're $14. So here's your new one. I took they got little dust caps. I took that off, but you can see that's all it is, and they move in and out nice and easy. So this is actually for the other side. I'll take that all apart. I'll put her in, and Dani's actually out right now. I'm hoping when she comes back we can bleed the brakes, which would be pretty cherry, and then I'll move on to the ignition. Fun times. Brakes are on, they're all adjusted. Fortunately Dani's out right now, so I can't bleed the rear brakes, but that should be easy because I actually bled them before when the cylinders were stuck, so I know if fluid gets back there, and I don't have any holes in the lines. This is the new ignition switch you guys just got, pretty fancy. So this is the original one. It might still be used, I just got to drill it out or do something to make, or get a key for it. I was actually going to check all the other keys I have, because these Chevys are basically all the same, or drop it off. I know a guy who can, who has keys and stuff. So we'll see. Anyways, so this is pretty simple. Basically, if you see these three in the center, that's where the main power kind of comes in. As you turn the key, it feeds power to different spots. These Tri-5s pull a lot of power out of the ignition for some reason. It's a 50 amp switch, it should be good. I don't have the fuel pump on. There should be some in the bowls. It's a bit of a two-hand job here, but so it runs, it's got oil pressure, there is no coolant in it, and shuts off. So there you go. Pretty stoked on that. Now I'll make that look a little more pretty. I'm waiting on that wire care stuff, so maybe I'll make some sort of fancy connector or whatever. We got Arctic zip ties coming in. Arctic. Now a few of you have commented on the rat's nest of wiring. I don't know what this all is, but the Tri-5 factory harness is so simple. I don't even know what's this thing got in it. Yeah, it still has the factory fuse blocks. There's like 5 or 7 fuses in the whole car. I assume a lot of this stuff, like there's a switch here, switch there, switch here. So, and the tack wires and all that. So I'm thinking there's just a bunch of miscellaneous auxiliary stuff for some reason. I don't know why. But I can take that all out, kind of trace all the wires, see where it goes, see what I don't need. I think I have a diagram, because I've done a few of these Tri-5s. Hopefully none of the connectors are cut off and I can kind of figure it all out. But yeah, I'll bring it back when we're bleeding the brakes, and that'll probably be it. I actually got to put hose clamps and coolant in this thing. But yeah, no, getting lots done. Runs on a key. Alright, pump her up.
Huh?
Pop it.
Oh. So we're doing my least favorite thing. And that is bleeding brakes because somehow...
You holding it?
Yeah, I'm holding it. Somehow I always screwed up. I don't know how, but apparently I do. It's not my forte, bleeding brakes. But these are the things that I do for you people.
Okay.
Keep holding.
Bump it again. Okay, go again. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, go again. How's the pedal feel? Not bad?
Yeah, it feels okay. I think. Maybe that's why I'm bad at bleeding brakes, is because I never really know how it's supposed to feel.
Pump it again. It's supposed to feel like brakes when you drive your car every day.
Well, it definitely feels like brakes.
Yeah, go again. Okay, go again. You okay?
And we didn't break up.
You step on the pedal. Not yet, anyway.
Flexibility.
Excelente.
Really?
Yeah.
I never get it the first time. Yay!
Alright, Stripes helped us out here. So we bled the brakes. They're cherry. I'm going to slap these tires. Man, I'm sorry guys, but putting these tires on is an absolute nightmare on these Tri-5s. Really, you got to hang the suspension to get in there, but whatever. I'm going to clean up a little bit, put the torches away. But there's water in the radiator. I don't know if I showed that or not, but it's full. It ain't leaking. It's clamped up. I'm happy with it. It's not going anywhere. So I'll make a little bracket there at some other point. But tomorrow I'll do a little scoot around. I got to put the cooler back on. I wasn't super happy with the way it was mounted. Put the wheels back on. Unfortunately, like I said, the seat's kind of still waiting on that a little bit, and the carpet. Kind of hands are tied there. Maybe we'll toss the seat and go for a little drive around the block. We'll just see. But yeah, it's running and driving. I am excited for the interior. I'd like to do that next, but we'll see. I'm at the mercy of whatever shows up next. Sorry. So if FiTech shows up, it's getting fuel injection. If wheels show up, it's getting wheels. If the carpet shows up, it's getting carpet. But hey, I know as much as you guys do. But anyways, that's it for me tonight. I'm tired, I'm hungry, it's hot. See you guys tomorrow. What's going on, guys? So next day, I did a little housekeeping stuff. I put the transmission cooler in. Put a new set of plug wires on. I ordered these a while ago actually, so it's got all that on there, so it's happy. Wired up the tachometer. I put a couple seats in it. So the problem is, like I was complaining about, the carpet and one brace isn't going to be here for a while. I don't have the interior, I don't have the bench seats or nothing like that back, so I'm kind of at a standstill. I'm waiting on parts. Hopefully all the wheels and all that stuff is in the mail, but the car has kind of come to an end while I'm waiting on stuff. So I'm thinking I got it together enough. It's down on the ground. I might put it outside and we might try and bring the 56 in. Not too sure. I also made a deal on a hell of a cool car I'm stoked on, so I'm going to get that probably tomorrow or the next day. So that'll be something to look forward to. Guess what it is in the comments. If you guess, I'll tell you. No. In here, I got everything going to this switch so you can hear the fuel pump kick on. If I can get it to spin one-handed. So there we go. It actually has the fan works. So that's good. The wipers actually worked. I mean, overall it's pretty good. So the wiring, I was going through it. There's so many miscellaneous things. I just wrapped it all up, so I started cutting it out. When I get the carpet, I'll leave the carpet down. I can get under there and just start getting rid of it. But like I said, there's so many miscellaneous toggle switches. This was the fuel pump. It was on a toggle switch. It had backup lights on a toggle switch. So yeah, actually neutral safety was on a toggle switch, so I just bypassed all that stuff. But these seats are super uncomfortable. They're like lean back and too close, and they don't adjust. And the steering wheel sucks, and the shifter sucks, but I'll fix that up for you guys. But yeah, so I'll grab Dani and a fire extinguisher, and we'll go for a little ride around the block, see what happens. All right, there's a lot of stuff happening here, but we got the fire extinguisher and the Canadian hood prop in the back.
Where's the fire? Oh, there it is.
Oh, I made sure we had a fire extinguisher.
It's like you've done this once or twice. Sits very high.
Yeah, it's in a horrible spot.
Well, your flip flops are too big. Oh my gosh, we're driving! Ooh, a bunny.
All these hot rods on the road.
I wonder who owns all of them.
I don't know. First gear, second gear, third gear. Something's a little bangy back there. I'll fix it, I'll fix it. Spy? He's nice.
This actually, like, this is a nice little cruiser. It sits very high though.
Just the seats.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Like my car feels much lower. I can actually see over this
I put those seats in your car.
dash.
Still needs a little bit of tuning, but we'll just fix that with EFI.
Who are you gonna call? EFI.
I like this thing.
Any of the gauges work?
No. The speedometer or the tachometer works.
What does the tachometer do?
Tells you how much fun you're having.
Ooh.
The heater
So is
fan
it at
works.
10?
The wipers kind of work. Check us out. They go, but they return.
Hey,
So if you guys just like,
that's more than the wipers on my car do, so you're welcome.
not overheating, 60 pounds of oil pressure. Subscribe so you can give us away already.
Like, it's basically done at this point.
I'll slap on some fancy wheels and EFI and she gone. All right, see you guys when we're back. All right, well, we made her back. Not overheating, nothing's on fire. I'm pretty stoked on it. Has all 3 gears. Seems decent to me. So that's where ending this video. Like I said, I don't know what we're doing next. Probably gonna drag that 56 in, so hopefully you guys are excited to see that. As always, 57 Chevy, 57,000 subscribers. We're giving it away. All you gotta do is be subscribed to the channel. Don't have to buy anything, don't have to do nothing. Making piles and piles of progress. So hit the subscribe button, tell your friends, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. See you guys in the next one.